All right, let's just jump right in with a big question, one that really gets to the heart of how our work is changing. Is the AI you're using just an assistant, or could it actually be an employee? And trust me, that difference, it changes everything. For the last couple of years, we've gotten used to AI as an assistant. It's a conversation partner, right? You ask, it answers. You prompt, it writes. But now, something new is showing up, the AI employee. This is a true digital worker that can actually access your files, organize your folders, and even use your other apps to get things done for you. We're talking about a move from just talking to actually doing. And that is the huge leap we're going to break down right here. Think of this as your guide to transforming that smart assistant into a full-fledged digital employee, and we'll be using Claude Co-work to show you how. This isn't just some small update. We're talking about a whole new category of tool. So here's our game plan. We'll start with that fundamental shift from assistant to employee. Then we'll walk through delegating your very first task. After that, we'll open up the toolkit this digital employee uses. We'll see how you can teach it your own business processes, figure out when to use chat versus co-work, and finally, we'll look ahead at the future of delegation. All right, section 1, that big shift. Most of us think of AI like Claude Chat as the sort of brain, right? It's awesome for brainstorming, answering questions, and writing stuff. But Claude Co-work, that's a whole different animal. It's more like an operator. Its job isn't just to think. Its job is to act. So how does it do all that? Well, this is the really interesting part. Co-work isn't just another website you log into. It actually runs as a secure little bubble, a virtual machine right on your own computer. And that is the secret sauce. Because it's local, it can, with your say-so of course, get its hands dirty with your actual files and apps, just like a real person sitting at your desk. Okay, that's enough theory. It sounds cool, but let's see it in action, right? The absolute best way to get this is to give our new digital employee its first job. And we're going to start with a problem I think we can all relate to. Yep, you guessed it. The dreaded downloads folder. Come on, we all have one. It's that digital black hole where PDFs, images, and old installers go to die. It's that thing on your to-do list that just never gets done. The perfect first assignment for our new digital hire. And check out how simple this is. Step 1, you just point it to the folder. Step 2, you give it a simple, plain English command like, hey, organize this mess. And that's it. But here's the cool part. It doesn't just start randomly dragging files around. No, it's smarter than that. It actually looks at everything, comes up with a plan you get to approve, by the way, and then it executes, neatly sorting everything into new folders. And the result? Well, this quote from a user pretty much says it all. It's not just that the job got done. It's that a job that was never going to get done finally got done. And that, right there, is the magic of delegating the stuff you hate doing. All right, so our new hire passed the first test with flying colors. Now let's open up its toolkit and see what else it can do, because this is where things get really powerful. First up, the scheduler. I mean, just think about all those little repetitive things you have to do every single day, the things that just drain your energy. Well, the scheduler lets you put all of that on complete autopilot. And for a business user, the possibilities are, well, endless. Imagine coming into work and Co-work has already scanned your inbox for anything urgent and has a summary waiting for you. Or maybe it's already run those daily sales reports or updated all the project trackers. It's about getting rid of all that small ball stuff so you can focus on the work that actually matters. Okay, next up in the toolkit, connectors. And honestly, this is a huge deal. Think about it. Any good employee needs access to different apps to do their job, right? Same goes for a digital one. Connectors are what let Co-work securely talk to your other software, turning it into a kind of central command post for all your work. So what does that look like in the real world? Okay, picture this. An email lands in your inbox asking for a meeting. Co-work spots it. It automatically connects to your calendar to see when you're free. Then it hops over to your email and drafts a perfect reply with a few time options. See what's happening? It's managing a workflow across multiple apps, all on its own, just like a great human assistant. This is where we get into the really advanced stuff. I mean, a good employee doesn't just do generic tasks, right? A great employee learns how you and your business like to do things. And this is how you turn Co-work from a general tool into a custom-built system just for you. And it learns in two main ways, through what are called skills and plugins. Think of a skill as your own personal recipe for a task you do over and over. A plugin, on the other hand, is more like a full cookbook for an entire department, a whole toolkit that your entire team can use. So, for example, a skill could be something you create to automatically turn a folder of receipt scans into your weekly expense report formatted exactly the way finance needs it. Meanwhile, a plugin might be something for the marketing team that bundles together a bunch of skills for competitor analysis, blog post drafting, and social media scheduling, so everyone on the team is working the same way. Okay, so with all this new power, you're probably asking a very practical question. When do I just use the regular chatbot, and when do I bring in the heavy hitter, the digital employee? It really all comes down to picking the right tool for the right job. Here's the simple breakdown. Claude Chat is your quick and dirty tool for answers, ideas, and writing. It's super fast and light on resources. You want to bring in Claude Co-work for the big jobs, when you're working with local files, when you've got a complex, multi-step task, or when you want to automate something completely. Yeah, it uses a bit more horsepower, but what it can do is on a whole other level. And all of this really leads us to the big picture takeaway here. A tool like Co-work isn't just another app to learn. It's signaling a massive change in how we should even think about AI at work. And if there's one thing to remember, it's this. We're graduating from just being prompt engineers. We are entering the age of delegation. We can now hand off entire jobs, entire processes to a digital team member that literally never gets tired and works for you 24/7.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. If you could give one part of your job away, forever, to a tireless, perfect digital employee who could start today, what would it be? Because whatever your answer is, that's probably where your future of work is about to begin.